What's going on, y'all?
What up? What up?
Back to another Squad Talks podcast, episode 30, man. We really moving on, man.
Yes.
Man, we got a special guest tonight. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chanel with Vibe and Vibes, Inc.
Appreciate you for coming out. My co-host over here.
Yeah, Mike T's.
Man, y'all, we the smallest in the game with the biggest guest, man. So I'm gonna jump right into it. I talked about this off camera, but can we get a little history on how Vibrant Vibes came to be?
Yeah. So basically, it was something I fell into. I was originally making, and still is, making candles and body butters and everything of that nature. I was always into skincare. So I purchased me a Cricut to make my labels for my candles and my body butters. And I posted my Cricut up, and someone seen that I had one and asked me if I could make them a shirt. At that time, I wasn't even into making shirts or anything, so I didn't have no vinyl, I didn't have nothing. Everything I had was just to make labels. So I told them, yeah, I'll make it, because I'm the type of person that you ask me, can I make you something? And I'm going to say, yeah, I've never done it before, but I can make it. I'll make one for you. So that's what I did. So from there, I did my research on t-shirt making. And I, try to figure out the different options. I went with sublimation. So I already knew about sublimation because my son, he plays football. And we used to get our uniforms made, and we used to get them sublimated. So I already knew about sublimation, just never actually done it. So I did my research to figure out how to do it myself from home. And then from there, I joined Facebook groups, just trying to figure out how I can run this t-shirt business or make these t-shirts in my home. And in every group, everybody was screaming, yelling out top name business for sublimation. So like everybody else, I jumped on board, made my purchase, and went from there. And the ink that I got, it was good. It was pretty good, but just it wasn't what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really feeling the sublimation at that time. Like the colors was good, everything was good. It just was not what I was looking for. So I tried a couple more different companies, still wasn't feeling it. So I decided to outsource, go overseas and see what I can find over there. So I tried a couple of different companies, tested their ink, didn't like what I was receiving. And so I stumbled upon this one company, and I read the reviews for that company, and the reviews was pretty good. Everybody had good things to say about that company, so I reached out to them. So I reached out to them and asked them, can I purchase some samples? And they denied it. So the reason why they denied it was because they was not catering to small business. They was only providing ink for big industrial companies that had them big industrial machines to do, that type of work. So they denied it. They wouldn't sell me the ink. So I begged them. I begged the guy, just kept on asking, like, I pay extra money. Like, I just want to sample it. He ended up letting me sample it, but I had to purchase the big size. I couldn't purchase anything smaller than what they was providing. So that's what I did. So when I received the ink already out the box, I automatically knew that this was going to be some good ink. The colors was bright. The magenta, it was bright. The yellow was bright. Everything looked good straight out the bottle. So I went ahead. I tried that ink. I used it for a couple of months. I liked it. Contact the supplier again and asked them, like, hey, can I purchase some 100 milliliter bottles? And they denied it. They said, we do not supply 100 milliliter bottles. The smallest we supply is 1 liter bottle. And so I just kept bugging them, asking, like, I'm trying to resell the ink. I love the ink. It is the best that I tried so far. And they don't have this type of ink out here in the U.S. So I just kept bugging them. After 3 months of bugging them and then stopped bugging them, I got a message from them saying that they now supply 100 milliliter bottles. And so from there, but they had a minimum purchase. and the minimum purchase was 200 bottles,
Yeah.
200 sets.
Yo,
So
somebody,
yeah,
bottle.
Yeah.
so in my head, I'm like, damn, 200 sets. Like, I don't even know if I can sell this. Like, but I went all in and I purchased the 200 sets. And the cartridges at that time, everybody was using the 7710, 7720, and stuff like that. So I purchased the cartridges for them printers only. Them was the first cartridges. I only had them cartridges.
Mhm.
So I purchased them and I purchased the 200 sets of ink. Created my name, created my website, created my Etsy shop, and I'm like, I just put all this money in on 200 sets of ink.
Yeah,
It's all in now. So,
Get that
so
crowd running.
oh, there we go, off to
So
the
not
races.
playing. So not playing.
So, go ahead, Mike.
I just want to ask that communication now, was that somebody overseas? Like, how did that work? Because a lot of times people don't know how to communicate with somebody in a, different country.
Yeah,
yeah, it was someone overseas. I'm used to dealing with overseas because I do like a million things.
Hey,
And
good. You got to do it.
so even before I started selling my candles and my body butter, I used to sell hair. And I did that for 5 years before I decided to go full on into my skincare.
hmm,
So I always dealt with people overseas. I'm a night owl. I'm always up late at night to the early mornings. So
Salute, me too.
yeah,
so around that time, it's daytime in China and Pakistan and countries like that. I did a lot of business in Pakistan as far as the like the uniforms and stuff for sublimation for football and everything like that. So
hmm,
that's a good place to go for like if you try to build a brand and get stuff like shirts and clothing lines made. That's a good place to go.
Wow, super gem, y'all.
So, my question is, that first 200 bottles, how long did it take you to get those off?
Whew, it took me a few months. It
Uh,
took me a few months because the sublimation world, these people, they are set in their ways. They have
period,
this Bible.
period, period.
They have this Bible and they swear to it that this is the best and that's all, nothing else.
Right.
So I'm
Period.
like, man, I don't care. I'm here to convince you.
Mm.
Like, don't knock it till you try it. Yeah, they good, but that don't mean they the best. But everybody have their own opinion. I respect that. So, but you never know. You have to try something different to know if anything is better than the other.
Right, right. So,
So,
with that being said, what was the strategies you used to let people know Vibrant Vibes Inc. was the way to go?
I basically self promotion. I stay on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I stay on there promoting. I stay on there creating stuff and showing them, showing the work. Like
Right,
it's one thing to see it on camera because video can basically lie. You can look good on video and you see it in person and it's not what it seems to be.
Right.
hmm,
But that was the only way to go. And then I started basically sending out samples. Like, can't nobody know about you or know if your product good if they haven't tried it. Nobody
right,
want to put their money into something just to take a risk, especially when we all like on a budget at that.
right,
So I started sending out free samples, and that's one thing I learned anyways, because I'm a business major. So I have my degree in business, and that's the one thing I learned. Like you have to give samples, and I send out samples, and I do not mind taking the loss because I
right.
know that I have faith in my product and that it's good. So I don't mind sending out free products for you to try first.
Mm. Y'all
So,
hear that? That's a big message right there.
yeah, yeah, I was about to say the same thing, man. Pay attention. So, my next question for you is, you got sublimation paper, you got man, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling. DTF inks, films, powders, correct?
Yes.
You have sublimation ink. And so, do you have a warehouse, or where's all this? Do you store
No.
front? How do you get it off?
No, at the moment I'm working out of my house.
Can,
So my living
can
room
I
is
stop
my
you right
storage.
there? Can I stop
Yes.
you before you move on? Now, you guys see what this woman is doing, and she said this is a home business. So,
Right.
the sky is the limit. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I
Ain't
just
no
had to put that
excuses.
out there.
There's no
Oh,
excuses.
no problem. There's no
Period.
excuses. Like it's no one have any excuses at all whatsoever. If this is what you want to do it no matter where you have to do it from. Cause truthfully,
Period.
my story is a lot to it. And I swear I want to make a video about it and show people because everything is not what it seems to be. You can look at somebody, you can look at them and see that they doing good, but behind closed door, they not. So that's
Right.
why,
Right.
it's a lot to my story. Like I really want to let people know to inspire people, especially like people from the ghetto, from the hood.
Right.
Like
So, this, you got an open platform right now.
Yeah.
Right here, right now. You're welcome back already. So,
Yeah.
talk about it. Let them know. Get it off your chest. It looked like you need to say it anyway. That's what we hear.
yeah, cause like yeah, everybody see me on the videos and see me on Facebook. I don't show my face that much, mainly not because I'm hiding, it's because I'm always busy. I'm
Yeah.
always busy doing different things, trying to start different things. And if y'all see my workspace, like I see a lot of people videos and I see that they have a garage, they got a store, or they have somewhere that they rented. And in my head, I'm like, dang, I wish I had me a store or something. But I'm like, I'm just gonna keep grinding. I'm working out of my living room. I am looking to advance and get a store. I'm looking for that. But at the moment and for the past 3 years or more, for every business that I had, it has always been out of my house. The ink business it's just been bigger than my other business. It take up more space than my other businesses. So I like to have my supply on hand. I don't like people to wait a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for a product. I like
Message.
to have my supply on hand.
Message.
Right.
So my living room is my storage. It is everything. I have containers stacked to the ceiling with sublimation blanks. I have racks full of ink, different inks, cleaning solution, cartridges in different containers, labeled different printer for what printer is for, what number cartridge it is. Like my living room is my storage. It's my storage, my workplace, and it's my living room.
Hell yeah.
What's the process with so you do have everything and I'm pretty sure it's labeled. So I'm gonna just throw this at you. Today I want to buy maybe some sublimation and then some DTF ink and then maybe some powder and then a little bit of film. What's the organization like? How do you know which way to go with that?
So one on my left side of my living room is container storage stacked to the ceiling. Each container is labeled cotton, polyester, kids, crew neck, V neck. Like it's labeled. Whatever's in that container is labeled. For the sublimation ink and the DTF ink, it's the same thing. It's not in containers, but it's in these big like crates. What is it? Crates. I think they're called crates.
Yeah.
And so one side is all DTF inks, and they're separated by the colors. So it's the white, the magenta. They separated by the colors, and the same thing with the sublimation ink and the fluorescent inks. And then with the ink cartridges, I have a whole bunch of storage containers, the clear ones,
Yeah.
some with the drawer, some with the lid, and each one is labeled. This one is labeled like say 252. 252, that's the cartridge number. So normally when people reach out to me and they ask me, oh, I have a 7720. Do you have cartridges to match this? I know what a 7720 is, but if they come to me with a different model, a printer that off the back of my head, like I can't remember which printer that is. Then I'm like, I asked them, what is your ink cartridge number? It's usually always on the box and it's always on original ink. So they thought, oh, it's 812. Oh, okay, yeah, I have 812. All my cartridges are labeled by the ink cartridge number. Because even
Yeah.
if you go into Office Depot or something and you looking for ink, it's labeled by the ink cartridge number, and on that box, it will tell you which printers they are compatible with.
Right.
So I stick to that same method by the ink cartridge number.
Big gems, big gems. Can I tap in this comment section real quick to shout out?
Uh-huh.
You appreciate you. That's Sharia. That's my sister. Appreciate you being in here. What's up, Mac? How you doing, Adrila? Holland. Educated Natural. What's going on? Late night crafting with Stacy, Anthony Alexander, Brad Brass. It's a couple of y'all in here. We appreciate y'all coming through tonight, showing us love in a
T.
real way.
Johnson.
Yeah. The best uni. Got a couple more Facebook. My phone's not scrolling up.
Connie Hard, what's happening?
Thank y'all for
So-
tuning in.
I'm sorry. I just want to. I'm interested. So I failed to mention sublimation blanks. So what all blanks do you sell?
I don't know what happened was there.
Froze up.
We can hear you still. Hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay.
So what
Yeah.
all sublimation blanks do you sell?
T-shirts, tumblers, keychains, shot glass.
Oh yeah, your living room. You gotta,
Basically everything. Bible book covers.
you gotta be unburied out your living room. Huh? Dig through.
Yeah. I don't ever have no company over, so I don't mind.
You gotta hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So you said you sell sublimation T-shirts. Tell me you got big people T-shirts.
Please.
Man, I'm searching high and low. Have not find anything past 2X. I have, but I don't like them. I don't like the stretchy material.
Yeah.
I don't like the stretchy material, and everything that I found that was bigger than a 2X, it has that stretch to it. And most people that I made T-shirts for, they didn't like them. So
Yeah, we don't like that.
yeah.
Be snug as a bug in a rug.
So yeah, I don't have anything past a 2X, and the T-shirts, they have a cotton feel to them, cotton look to them. There's no stretch to them at all. They do run a bit smaller than the typical cotton shirts. So I always tell my customers to purchase the sample pack or purchase a size that you looking for, to double check the size first before purchasing in bulk.
Right.
Because especially right now with the COVID and everything, most of my products I do returns. If you haven't used it and it's in the same condition it was when I sent it to you, I will let you return it, exchange it, refund it. But when it comes to T-shirts, that's the only thing I don't. So I always ask them to purchase one shirt or that size they're looking for, to double check the size, because I had a bad experience with that recently, especially. I went against my policy and tried, because my thing, I'm not trying to make anybody waste any money, like on something you don't need.
Right.
So even though people don't like to read the description of me telling them that the shirts were small and to try it, buy one first before you buy both of them, people don't read. So when they get a shirt and it don't fit and they contact me, and I let them know, it's in the description, it's in the details, but I always feel bad. I always feel bad because I don't want anybody to waste any money. Like, I don't want you to buy something you can't use or you don't need. So I always say, well, if you return it, if you're willing to return it, I'll give you a refund. So I just recently did this with this one customer from my Etsy shop. And once I received it and opened up the box and unraveled it, there was hair and dead bugs on the shirts. And
Wow.
I am terrified of bugs. I'm so terrified of bugs. So
Wow.
at first I thought maybe it was just some little brown, from the box or something. So I just happened to pull it up and look real close, and they were dead bugs and strings of hair.
Damn.
So I just wrapped it back up, tied it up in a bag, and contacted her, let her know, and sent her pictures and videos. And so yeah, I got a open case on me on Etsy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's crazy. So,
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's it. But I try to help everybody as much as I can. Like if you bought the wrong cartridge and and it was an accident, you thought you need this, it haven't been used. Okay, no problem. You can send it back. I'll refund you once you send it back.
great
Customer
customer
service
service.
is key. Yeah.
Yeah, features high. Hey.
So they asking for your website where they can purchase.
My website is vvinks.com. So it was longer. I had to shorten it for people.
Yeah. .com.
Yes.
So you use a Cricut machine.
Yes.
Is there
I
any way
have
we can
a
convert you over to the Cameo?
Cameo
I
over here.
have one. I have one. I have
Oh,
one.
and it
I
just
don't
sit
know how
there.
to use it.
Oh, it's okay. I
Oh,
got some beginners courses up at the beginning of the squad group. You know.
it's that under
I'm
the
going to have
guys
to watch
tab.
them.
Under the guys tab.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know. Yeah.
I have the Cameo Pro. Yeah, the Cameo Pro.
Oh,
That's
the
the
big
big
boy.
one.
Yeah, I used it twice. That's it.
Yeah,
Uh,
It's collecting dust.
that one got mixed reviews.
Listen, we needed you, if anything, the Cameo 3 or just a regular Cameo 4. And Cameo, if y'all out there, y'all got some bugs to fix because there's some serious issues going on. I wouldn't recommend the Pro at this time for
Yeah,
anybody.
That's what made me give up on it because I couldn't get it to cut like the way I wanted to cut. It was all off, so
yeah,
it's collecting dust.
There's some serious bugs with it, but I'm pretty sure somebody in there can key code something and fix something. I think I got like one
Hopefully.
of the first models, and it's just been giving me nightmares. Like I want to scream.
yeah. I didn't watch them
Man.
mess up a lot of vinyl with that one. Like, so, like, how did you like? You got so many products. Like, what? Why so many products?
Oh man. Y'all just
Not why. I mean, I think I asked that wrong. Um, what made you get the first product and keep going? That's a better way to put it. Not why. I understand why, but
the first product that I got. Oh, excuse me. I gotta move my car. Police just made me move.
Oh, it's cool.
So the first product that I got was the t-shirts because that was what people was asking me to make for them was t-shirts. So that was the first product I got. I'm into crafting, so I started searching for other sublimation blanks that I can use for crafting, and I started getting the other blanks like the wine box holder and the Bible book because I do go to church, and I thought that would be good for some of my church members.
uh,
So
so what is a Bible? What Bible book covers? You said.
yeah, Bible book covers.
See, that's different. I haven't seen that.
Definitely different.
Yeah,
I know you majored in business because you already know how to handle it. You got it all together.
yeah.
Yeah, so Bible book covers and what else was my top selling? The tumblers, of course, the tumblers.
Yeah.
Like that's the one out of all my blanks. I don't keep all my blanks in stock because I run out a lot, and then some of the stuff, if it took me a long time to resell them, then I don't stock them that fast because it's like
Yeah,
people not really into them.
yeah.
So the main thing I do keep in stock is the tumblers all the time. I usually always have tumblers. I usually always have what else? The shot glasses. I have the small 2 ounce shot glasses, then the long skinny 3 ounce shot glasses, because them are like really popular. So I'll make sure I always have them in stock. The sequins and the plain pillow covers and socks. Definitely socks. I keep socks in stock all the time.
Oh, you sell socks as well, huh?
Yes, and I keep that stock all the time.
We need the Chanel Michaels Vibrant Inks catalog.
I'm telling you, a real one, like that old school, that Sears catalog back in the day. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's dope, though. I mean, it's always a hustle. So, continue. What else? Like, what else is good?
As for blanks,
yeah, I'm just trying to get the feel of the business myself. Like, it's intriguing because most people don't have, like, they'll have a product or two. You got like 60 products, so we kind of, you know.
Yeah, we're definitely amazed by that.
It is. It's dope.
Yeah, I mainly keep a lot of stuff stock too because I not only sell it, I make stuff too.
Right, right.
So a lot of my products I use myself. So I make socks, I make t-shirts, I make tumblers. I fail a lot with the tumblers. Jason helped me with that.
Yeah, he's dope with it.
Yeah, Jason helped me with my tumblers because I was about to give up on them. And he just like, do this, do that. And I tried it. They started coming out much better. But yeah. So a lot of stuff I make myself and sell also.
So how do you have time to make stuff when you selling stuff and ordering stuff and shipping stuff? And where's the time come from?
Man, I don't know. I be thinking God just gave me a couple of extra hours in the day because I'm up early in the morning, and I don't go to bed till probably like the earliest is probably 3 in the morning. The latest is probably 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's my
And so a lot of times, I don't know if anyone purchased from me that's listening, they'll probably purchase something, and at midnight they'll probably get a shipping label alert saying that your product was shipped because I'm up at midnight. Out here where I live at, the post office is really strict. So I can't print a shipping label today and go to the post office and drop it off tomorrow. They won't accept my packages. So I have to wait till midnight to print my shipping labels and print them for that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if I want to prepare my packages today, that the orders I got today, and ship them tomorrow, the only way I'll be able to do that, I have to drive out far to a different post office to drop them off. And a lot of time I don't have the time to do that. So I'll either stay up to midnight to print my labels and prepare my packages. So when the sun comes up and the post office open, I can go drop them off.
So is it just you or do you have help?
No, I have no help. It's just me.
Oh, so one man band, one woman band.
You're a real grind. That's real grind right there.
Oh my gosh.
That's real grinding right there. Like it's inspiring to say the least.
I have no help whatsoever. I have 2 teen boys who is not interested in what I do. Don't care. I have to bribe them to help me. Like if I'm falling behind, and especially with my orders, like I'll be like, I gotta get this out tomorrow. Even somebody can order like before 4 o'clock. I know I haven't made it to the post office yet. You can order at 3:30. I'm already packing your order and ready, rushing to the post office before 4 o'clock, 4:30, drop off the order.
Hell yeah.
That's one thing I did when I was talking to Jason. He did tell me you are excellent at shipping. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Else I've heard from that's got stuff from me. They say her shipping is on point. I don't know what she do with magic, but it'd be right there.
Yeah, I ordered some cartridges from her a few weeks back, and it was lightning fast. Yeah, it was.
Now don't get me wrong. If it's a lot of orders, if it's a lot of orders and this was more than I can handle, even if I push myself to try to get them all out, I'll say the latest I'll ship the order is maybe like a day or 2 later. And that's only because I didn't got backed up with so many orders, especially over the weekend.
Listen,
because
that's still not bad because I didn't have
yeah.
stuff I done shipped out and they come to people's place like 3 weeks later, and I'm asking the post office what's going on. You know, I done refunded all types of money and stuff, looking crazy.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes. It has happened to me. Like I was really nervous the other day. I told Jason, like, someone ordered a DTF kit with everything in it and everything they needed for their DTF. And I shipped that package the same day. And I'm checking the tracking like 3 days later, and it's still showing that I just created a label. It had not been scanned in whatsoever. So
Wow.
the customer contacted me and was like, "Oh, I'm just checking." And she was really nice though. She was like, "I'm just checking in to see because she made two orders, and one was after the other, after that DTF, and she received that one." So she was like, "Oh, I'm just checking in to see what's going on with this order." And I'm like, I'm checking. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this post office. Why are they having to scan this package in? I got insurance on it, but the insurance ain't going to cover as much product was in that box.
Right.
So I'm real nervous about it. I'm real nervous, but I noticed lately they have been doing it. You can drop your packages off and they won't even be scanned until the day it's delivered.
Huh.
So, and I
So
refunded a lot of customers for over that.
I was about to ask that, like, what is your process for stuff like that?
At the beginning, I used to refund them thinking that the post office lost the packages. So I used to refund everybody who had a problem with receiving their package on time. And then I started realizing that they was scanning them in once they was delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, like some cartridges was getting lost and people wasn't getting them until 3 weeks later after I shipped it
Yeah.
and it was showing no movement whatsoever. So I would refund them. And it's like soon as I refund them, a day or two later, they'll get the package.
Wow.
So I had to change that because not only I'm losing money, I'm losing my products, and I can't keep
Yeah.
doing that. So
Yeah.
I had to change it to where automatically 30-day waiting period. 30-day waiting period. If it doesn't show no delivery, no scan, no nothing, I'll refund you. You get the package, you keep the package.
Mm,
So I think that's only fair because
yeah.
I'm definitely shipping out orders.
Wow. For everybody tuning in, Janelle's actually at a game. She's doing a whole bunch at one time, like she's been saying in this interview. So I seen somebody say it wasn't clear or something. I'm trying to sponsor
Oh,
that.
he fixed it. That was T. Johnson. He fixed it. It was on his end.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like that's crazy because he said how you do a lot of stuff, and you're sitting at your son's football practice right now doing this interview. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
so I saw it was a comment up here. Somebody commented Superwoman. That's like real shit right there, though. Like,
Man.
there's no that's
Yep.
it's dope. So where the was this something like in your upbringing to just grind nonstop like this, or just was this an acquired taste?
Yeah, I could say my mom was a hustler.
Yeah.
My mom was a hustler. She back in the days when I was younger, I can remember my mom. My mom used to make baskets and stuff and sell them on the corners. She used
Oh,
to she used to make all type of craft stuff and sell them. And I was always the one behind the scene. Like I'm not going out on no corner selling nothing.
yeah.
I used to tell
Yeah.
I'm not going out there in the street selling nothing, mama. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna stand on this corner and sell no baskets. So
Yeah.
I'll be the one at home making the baskets now. Since you don't want to go out and sell, then you stay home and you make them. So I'm
Same
at the home at
business.
home making the basket, making all the crap stuff, and her, my sister, and my brother's going out and selling them. So I was always the behind the scene person, either making sure everything is accounted for, the money, the finance, like all that stuff. Like you spent this much money, you need to make this much money.
Yeah.
What
So
did you
that was always me.
So what did you do? I know you said you did skincare products. What was like your first job? Like, have you always been entrepreneurial, or have you worked for somebody else? What was the first? prior to that?
My first job was after I graduated 8th grade. I started working for Clean and Green. It's this company out here in LA that used to give teen jobs where they take you and you clean up the streets and stuff. I was only like 12 years old. So that
Wow.
was like my first job. And then after that, my next job was high school. The school had a connection with the elementary schools in Compton because I went to school in Compton. Um,
Oh, so you from Compton, huh?
uh, yeah, I grew up between South Central and Compton. So as a little kid, I lived in South Central. Then we moved to Compton, and then I graduated from high school in Compton. And then as an adult right now, I live in Watts. So
So hold on.
You went on.
South Central, Compton, and now you live in
and,
Watts, right?
yep.
Explain to me how you kept the entrepreneurial spirit, how you kept your head straight with all the gang banging and foolishness going on out there.
Oh, I just didn't focus on it. I focused on making money.
Huh.
So
Yeah,
I focused on making money.
that's crazy because like it's yeah, you done lived in some real war zones.
Yeah.
War
War
zone.
zones. There's war zones where every place you mentioned is a war zone. That's
Yes, constantly war zone every day. And with me having teen boys, so right like now, that's my thing, getting out of Watts. Getting
yeah,
my boys out of Watts. I have good boys, they into sports, deep into sports. I keep them busy, track, basketball, football. So they're not in the streets. They know of the things going on, but they're not in it.
yeah,
So, but with them being the age that they are now, it's time for me to get them from over here. So
yeah.
that's what I'm pushing for to get my kids. And I have other business. I have another business that I'm opening.
Really?
That's been it's completely different from what I'm doing now, and it's
Can we
what's
hear?
been taking up all my time. Medical marijuana.
Oh yeah, you trying to get rich real quick. That's get some
You ain't
chicken in
playing.
there.
That
That's what
hustle hand is strong. Strong over
I
yeah.
can honestly say right now here in California, I'm not even probably because I believe I am the first Black female to receive a license through the state of California to
Oh, that's
legally
dope.
That's
sell medical
amazing.
marijuana.
That's dope. That's dope.
I gotta take my hats. I don't take my hat off. You
Yeah,
got to.
me too. That's
You
dope.
doing it. You for real doing it. Inspiration, motivation, uplifting. For those that say that you can't, did you hear any of her story? I mean, from packed living rooms to living in the worst hoods in the U.S. to just persevering
Yeah.
and staying strong with it. Wow.
And it's all home
Yeah.
business though. That's the cold part.
Yes.
Like all the
Mhm.
stuff you mentioned, that's awesome stuff where you got a storefront or something going on. That's dope. Like,
So that will be my first storefront, the marijuana business. The grand opening is supposed to be in 2 weeks from now. Well, the
oh,
soft
you
grand
like
opening.
right now, huh? What's the
Yeah.
name of your
Yeah.
spot?
Now, right now.
What's the name of the spot for the LA people? We got a few LAs out here that be on here too.
Oh, for my LA people, it's basically we operating under I Love LA, and it's over in Jefferson Park area.
Wow.
So if you're from LA, you know what the Jefferson Park area is. It's an upscale. It's going to be an upscale business.
Hell yeah.
So that's what been taking up all my time right now, and the
That's
Mm.
reason
dope.
why I haven't really been able to do too many videos or anything. That and this sports starting back up.
But you
That's
grinded.
dope though.
I mean, you
Yeah.
grind. The true essence of grizzly gritting out there, for real.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get to this comment section, man. Give you some of these shout outs. Custom Journey said that's dope. He said congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Dom Sims said amazing. Educated Natural said way to go, Queen. Connie
Thank you.
Horror
Thank
said
you.
amen. Peaches High gave you a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Thank
Whoa.
you. Thank
Hearts.
you.
So yeah.
I appreciate the love. I do. You know, that's what keep you going, keep me going.
Hell
So
yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah.
Your story is
But
so.
like I said, it's a lot more to my story that I'm eventually um do something like a video or something, because like I said, there's a lot more to it than this. It's like what I even haven't even mentioned about what would push me to be an entrepreneur. But
Can we get a leak? It's the squad. Everybody drops first on here. Can you leak some to us?
It's not really much. It's just like you said, you mentioned, you asked me about my jobs, and I don't know how I got off subject. But yes, I don't even know how I got off subject with that. But um after high school, I worked a security job, and I had worked that job for about 10 years. 10 years. I went back to school to get my degree in business to get my promotion as within security. And I kind of thought that that was what I wanted to do, but um, when the company went down, the company had sold, and we basically all lost our jobs after all these years.
Wow.
And I was about 3 months from graduating with my bachelor's in business and getting my promotion. And they never mentioned to us that they were selling.
Wow.
So once they sold the company, the new company that picked up, they basically tried to sue us because we was all union workers. And we had, our pay was pretty high at that time. And we had benefits, everything. And they didn't want to match it. They basically like, well, we keep you at a high pay, but we take your benefits from you. I'm like, and then the type of security that I was doing versus what they was trying to send me to was not what I was used to. Standing up all day, just watching some apartment buildings, like that's not the type of security job I used to work. I was working basically like in these businesses, these rich businesses in Beverly Hills. For like the last place I was at was under the owner of the Detroit Pistons. So basically monitoring the whole building and the fire alarm security, like all that stuff. So I wasn't used to doing like no mall cop security type of stuff. So I'm like, you trying to get me to be a mall cop and you want to take my benefits from me?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So at that time, skincare was my passion. So I figured, forget this. I'm not about to be working for nobody and slaving for nobody and end up having to lose my job years later again.
Yeah.
So my kids were still little at that time. And at that time, my parents was basically doing everything for me because I was a workaholic. My parents basically did everything, took them to school, picked them up at school. Only thing I did was after school was took them to their sports and then took them back to my parents' house and went back to work. So during that time I had no job, I started doing everything, taking my kids to school, going to parent meetings and stuff, going to like little performances they was having at school. And I'm like, I've been missing this all this time, slaving for somebody who don't don't care about me.
Yeah.
Missing out on my kids' life for somebody who don't care about me. And I'm like, I can't keep doing that. Like I can't keep doing that. I don't want to go back to that no more. So at that time, skincare was my passion. So I went to school to become an esthetician. So I did that. I started making my skincare products, started doing facials and everything. And it was cool. It was what I liked, but it wasn't like making me no money like that. So my son, he graduated middle school, headed off to high school. Like I said, I'm in Watts. I didn't want my son in the schools in my area because my oldest son that's in high school, he's like, it's not that guy. He's not that thug type guy. Like,
right.
So putting him in,
which is a good thing, though.
Yeah, so putting him in a school over here where it's full of gangbangers, it wasn't gonna be nothing good, and I didn't want that for my son. So I ended up putting him in private school in Torrance. And I'm like, if I'm gonna have to put him in private school and pay tuition, I gotta get myself back to work. So I decided to go back to work. Got another supervisor security job that was paying pretty good and everything, but they were breaking a lot of laws and not caring. And I'm not the one to stay hush about it. I speak up about and I defend myself. So they wasn't really liking me. I was getting threatened. I was stressed out all the time. I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was never getting a lunch or a break whatsoever. So I was like getting real stressed out and I started getting really sick all the time. And but still pushing myself to go to work because I put my son in private school. I gotta pay tuition.
Yeah.
So I was still pushing myself to work until I couldn't go no more. Couldn't go no more. So I was like, let me just take off work and go see what's up with myself. Come to find out, I have lupus. I was diagnosed with lupus. And
Oh,
Wow.
so
wow.
at the same
Sorry to
time,
hear that.
yeah, I'm handling it. So at the
Sorry.
same time, I'm
My
still
niece,
dealing with
my
your
niece is
niece.
dealing with that.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's no joke
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Got 2 aunts with it.
So at the same time, I'm still dealing with this company who breaking all these laws, not giving me lunch and not giving me breaks, making me stay overtime because I'm the supervisor. So if anybody call off work, ain't no calling nobody in. I automatically have to stay. I'm like, I just did an 8 hour shift with no lunch or break. But you telling me I have to cover, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So it got to the point where they fired me for insubordination, which was a wrongful termination. I sued them. I
Mm.
won.
That's that
Um,
good check right there.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm waiting for payment now. But yeah, I sued them and I basically won the case.
Yeah.
And from so basically after I got fired from that job, it was to me was a reminder of why I didn't want to work for nobody.
Mm.
Why I
Yeah.
said I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna work for nobody. So from that point on, my son was only in the ninth grade. He was only in ninth grade at that time. He's gonna be a senior this fall. So I've been paying his tuition and grinding since then as an
Hell
entrepreneur.
yeah. Hell yeah. That's
That's
dope.
your hustle. That's your grind. You know, God, thank God. That's that. You know,
Period.
you didn't quit. You didn't.
Hmm.
You didn't fold. You stood. You stood up. You know, you took
Yep.
control of the situation. So you know, and
Period.
people do the. That's why I'm an entrepreneur myself. I can't work for nobody else.
Yeah. I can't do it. And
We got a
but
comment from you for you. Generous life. You go, girl. It's Jennifer from church. I was on YouTube. I don't know how I came across this, but congratulations. I'm so proud of
thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer from church. Oh, hey,
you. Yeah.
Jennifer.
She said she just came across it by chance. So YouTube is helping people see us. That's a good thing.
Nah,
Oh,
that's a
that's
good.
crazy. Yeah, Jennifer is one of my church members.
Yeah.
She moved. I believe she moved to Vegas or somewhere. So that's crazy how it just came across her like that.
Yeah. Man, everything happened for a reason, though. You know, that
Yeah,
testimony needed to be heard.
Back to what you
yeah,
said at the beginning. The smallest in the game with the biggest gap.
Biggest yes. I'm trying
Oh,
to tell you. Squad talks, man. Everything happened, man. So Dom Sims said the great resignation is what they are calling it. I guess everyone is fed up with their employers not caring. My
mhm.
aunt has lupus. It's no joke. You keep up the good
yeah.
spirit, girl.
Thank you, thank
Real.
you. Yes, I went through it at the beginning, like really sick, really sick. Even a few months ago. Even a few months ago, because I pushed myself so hard, like trying to get everything out, trying to do everything myself, and to the point where some days, like it's a lot of days I can't go no more, and I and I just pass out and be out, and then take a couple of hours, and get back up and start back again like nothing ever happened. But that's the only thing I like. I push myself so much, but
Sometimes we got to do it, though.
yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way though. I
Period.
rather I rather push myself for myself than push myself for some company that don't care about me, and they sitting back, relaxed, getting rich.
Mm.
So Jennifer said, what is going on here? She said that she was watching a sublimation video and she reposted it. Somebody reposted it.
No, okay, that's good. So getting them shares out there.
Yeah, period. So I know you short on time today. We usually do this rapid fire. Mike T is going to ask you a series of questions, just random questions, and answer the first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Oh wow! So I think it's the first one for that.
I'm in Cali. It's always hot out here.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas. All right. What's your favorite food?
Excuse me.
Cereal.
Nothing wrong.
Do that count? Does that count?
So, looking on all the experiences that you have had with life and the things that the cards you've been dealt, what's something that you would tell yourself 15 years ago?
15 years ago, I would tell myself, don't work for nobody. I'd probably be bigger than what I am now if I would have started 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And fifth and final question. Words of advice and encouragement, because you do a lot, and I know it will come a lot harder from you than most people that have said it, being that you've been through a lot. Just can you share some words of encouragement?
Yeah, mainly if not even just this, whatever you want to do, don't give up and don't listen to your peers around you telling you you can't do this or you can't do that. And the main thing is whatever you want to do your own research. Don't listen to other people. You can listen to them, but research on what they're telling you too. Don't just jump and just do what the next person is saying. Oh, this is good, that's better, that's that. Listen to their advice and research on what they're saying first before you jump head into doing something. So that's what I give my advice to somebody.
I gotta add one more question to that rapid fire though. Out of everything you sell, what product, if you couldn't sell nothing else, which one would it be?
The one I would want to sell the most
Yep.
is my candles. I love doing my candles.
Yeah. So I want to read this comment though. Adriana, she said it's a small world. I'm in tears. I can't wait for the book.
No, Adriana, it's not gonna be a book. We're doing the reality show. It's gonna be a reality show, Adriana. You in it?
I heard that.
You had mentioned something in the beginning that you had wanted to do, and I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
are
going ahead about that. I'm actually going to put it at the bottom of the screen too so they can see it as well.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys go to my website, I'm giving out 10 free packs of sublimation paper. If you go to the link for the sublimation paper and click on whichever pack you want, the tacky or the fast dry, and once you go to checkout, put in squad in capital letters, and it's going to basically take the price off for the sublimation paper.
That's dope.
That's super dope.
10, that's the first 10 there.
Yeah, the first 10. Once the 10 is gone, you still can request a free sample pack, and it's 10 in the pack, 5 fast dry and 5 tacky. And that you can still request that. I automatically do that free sample pack no matter what. You just cover the shipping on that, and that's it. And with this sublimation paper, you do not need any butcher paper whatsoever.
Wow.
You do not.
Wow.
And that's
so you know that's the new thing, and it's not just saying you don't need it. I'm honestly telling you don't need it.
And that's at vvinks.com. It's on the screen for y'all.
Yes.
See, that's dope because y'all didn't know she was having a giveaway, and you see how many people come to these podcasts and show love, man. This is like the best place to be. That's why we say we the smallest in the business with the biggest guests. Everybody come in here, they show up and they show out. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
I mean, the whole story is inspirational. This is something definitely gonna play back. And the gems, I hope y'all had y'all pens and pencils, because It's a lot of people with a lot of excuses. I didn't hear not one excuse come from her tonight. Nothing but gems and solidarity, for real, for real. We really greatly appreciate you coming on tonight and rocking with
Yeah,
us.
I appreciate the invite.
So
I didn't know when it was gonna happen, but I'm glad
I
we
know
had this chance to talk.
it was tough trying to communicate, trying to figure out a date and a time.
Yeah.
But so we definitely gonna need you back on a Saturday night sometime when you got more time. Because people was loving you out here today. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch more that want to hear the story.
Yes.
Definitely. I love to be back.
Right on. I just want to thank you again. Appreciate you for coming out. And I know your son about to get out of practice, so we're gonna let you get off. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
Links.
No, I just want to thank you guys for the invite and having me. Thank you to everybody that came and watched and hear what I had to say. Hope I wasn't boring to you guys and y'all enjoyed.
Not at
and
all.
Actually took something from me.
Nah, this was dope.
This was super dope.
And then I want to shout out Jason Maycock for even Jason is the one that suggested you be on here.
Yes, he has.
Jason is so cool. Jason is so cool. Like, I have to tell y'all how we actually met. He was one of my customers, my Etsy customers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he purchased some tumblers for me. So I believe he purchased some from somewhere else and they didn't come on time or something. So he reached out to me on Etsy trying to see if I could get them because he needed them ASAP. He had a event or something to do. And I was like, yeah, post office, UPS still open, so I can ship them today. As long as they open, I can ship. So I shipped. I don't even know how many it was. I know it was a lot. I think it was 2 cases. I think it was 2 cases that he needed, and I shipped them to him with UPS, and he got them the very next day. And then he messaged me to thank me to, he said, like, I basically saved him for whatever he had going on, and he ordered some more. And we just been cool since then. And it's a lot of my customers that I met on Etsy the same way that I still, that I talk to outside of my Etsy shop. So
yeah.
Salute to both y'all. Jason's super cool. You super cool. It's kindred spirits. So it was destined to be aligned.
Jason, she saved my ass. Jason said she saved my ass. But again, thank you. I'm gonna close this out. Thank you again. Appreciate you. You got an open invitation to come back. Mike T's Chicken Thigh, the Squad Edition.
Shout out to Liberty Graphics.
We don't eat chicken thighs. Nobody eats no chicken thighs.
Look, I eat chicken thighs. I eat chicken thighs.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that. Oh, that's.
Look,
are you 55 years old? Chanel, are you 55 years old?
No, but yo,
there's an age limit. There's an age limit on chicken thighs.
There's not an age limit.
You got to be 55 or better, or Mike T's.
Oh, this live over chicken thighs. That's crazy. We appreciate
that is hella funny. Appreciate you.
Yeah, hey, y'all have a great night. Thanks for stopping in, tapping in with us.
And we having a double header this week. Saturday we have Veronica from Iron Designs coming to sit down with us. Which is another person that love you too, Chanel. She talked highly of your work, of your business and your product. But we will see y'all Saturday.